Oh, yes. Yes.
Hello, welcome to Podcast vs. Player episode 64. I'm Carl, and as always, I'm joined by a man who is optimistic that with the release of The Witcher 3 and E3 right around the corner, at least teen pregnancy will be at an all-time low. It's only Dan.
Oh, that was very good.
Positive vibes.
Yeah.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I am fantabulous.
Good.
Would you like some news?
Definitely.
Let's do it. Actually quite shocked. Titanfall 2 will not be at E3 this year.
Do we know if this is still going to be any kind of exclusive?
I shall delve right into it.
Good. Because, before you actually do, I just thought, one thing that I do remember me saying quite a few podcasts ago was that Titanfall would be exclusive to Xbox One and PC. That was when we knew that, so that's fine. However, I thought that it would, because they're not going to make as much money off it as if they released it on all platforms, I thought that if they went to do a Titanfall 2, which is likely due to the amount of hype and advertising and all that sort of stuff, that Titanfall 2 would be multi-platform and it wouldn't just be restricted to the Xbox One or the PC. Let's find out how I did.
Let's see, Dan. Respawn Entertainment on Friday confirmed that it has no plans to show off new games at E3 2015. That rules out Titanfall 2 or any other games from the developer.
Okay.
Quote, for everyone asking, we aren't showing anything at E3 this year, said studio head Vince Zampella over on Twitter. I'll actually get to see all the games myself. So I'm guessing he's just going to turn up as kind of like part of the public, but I don't think he'll be hanging around with anyone.
No, he'll get his own pass and then just sort of mooch about.
Basically. After lots of rumours, Respawn officially confirmed back in March that Titanfall 2 was in development and it would be a, quote, multi-platform game.
Well, what a surprise.
Multi-platform could be Xbox One, Xbox 360 and PC.
Yeah, I don't think they'd even state it if it wasn't going to be for either PS3 or PS4.
I'm going to guess it's going to be PC, Xbox One and PS4, no last gen.
Yeah, I'd assume as much, yeah. Because, I mean, I don't think that you'd say that anything that was an Xbox One exclusive but then was released for the PC was multi-platform. Because it
is classed as multi-platform, and that was one of our... when the first Titanfall came out, and we... Not kick off, but we'd often state that it's not exclusive because it's on other platforms. Which to me says multi-platform. But I don't think, because it... I think it did quite well, but it wasn't...
I don't think it was to the levels they hoped.
Yeah, they expected it to be the next Call of Duty, basically.
Yeah, the next Halo sort of thing.
Yeah, so multi-platforms are better, much better strategy, and a single player is needed.
Yeah.
Moving on though, according to GTA bosses, the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One power has nowhere near been realised yet.
Okay. Well, don't forget it is a year into its launch, so I think that's pretty much a given.
Well, to be fair, a lot of... Like Last of Us on PS3, that was literally like the last big game for the PS3. And that was... To get to those levels of graphics for a console, pretty impressive.
Well, yeah, but it did take 8 years of sort of previous work and development, and
exactly.
You know, they're building obviously on the foundations that other people have laid down before them. So yeah, you're not going to come in, you know, a month after a console's launched and make a game that's going to be as good and look as good as the last game that's made for that console. It's just not going to happen.
No, so there's obviously room for improvement.
Oh, of course.
If I'm honest, I think the Xbox One's going to benefit more from it because there's a lot more work to be done when pushing out the graphics and stuff because it is slightly less powerful.
Yep.
I say slightly, a lot less powerful.
True, but hopefully they don't use that as some kind of limitation. They just say, well, you know, it'll still look as good.
I
or,
think
you know,
they'll
we'll focus
find a
on
way
other
to
elements. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. He basically... Strauss Zelnick, the CEO of Rockstar and 2K Games, is quite happy with consoles and that they're not where they are yet in terms of power. because, as basically we've just said, it gives consoles room to grow. And I'll be honest, if he thinks that, I agree with him.
Well, yeah,
because GTA 5 still looks pretty fucking good on both last gen and new gen, and it looks even better on PC.
Yeah, I mean, the more sort of videos I watch of people sort of pissing about online and the sort of mental stuff they're up to, and some of the games that people have made, you know, sort of game modes. Like I've been watching. There's like a 5 or 6 part GTA series that's been made on the Yogscast, and it's 4 of them, right? And it's 2-on-2, like Terminator 2 chase map. So there's like 2 people on push bikes who've got to get to a certain point, and then 2 people in trucks that are chasing them. And it is hilarious just watching this stuff. But these are the sort of game modes that, you know, either they put together or someone else has put together. But, you know, there's obviously all the heist missions, just the enormous free roam anyway. So the more stuff I watch of this, I do sort of think, oh, fucking hell, maybe I should just bite the bullet and, you know what?
I've been playing online recently for the first time since the launch, really. I only played it a little bit. And I've had quite a lot of fun with it, but I keep watching mod videos, and it's like, I wish I had it for PC.
Well, that's the thing, and it's not out yet, but it is still sort of 40 quid. And do you know what? I bought Elite Dangerous for 40 quid, and I was happy with that. And I think, although it's a little bit sort of, can be a little annoying at times, mainly for the fact that you're sort of flying around with nothing to do, or I think it's just because I'm just either not that good at it yet, or my ship isn't good enough yet. But you're sort of flying around and investigating everything, and you get there and there's just nothing there. So you've got to fly back out and do it again. So there's a few bits and pieces, but the thing is, as soon as you do find something, it's brilliant, and I'm still happy with the price. But with GTA, I cannot justify spending 40 quid on something again.
Well, I pre-ordered it for PS3, got it, enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can listen back to the majority of the podcast up until the release of the next gen version, and I said I wasn't going to get it. And then I got it. But I got it for free. Yeah. So I am perfectly happy with that. And I will say, I mean, I've got it for Xbox One, but I was a lot more pleased with it because it was free. It's no different.
Yeah, I mean, it may look better. Yeah, it'll look slightly different, but there won't be too much in it.
No, but I have enjoyed the online more.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. That's the benefit of getting it for the PC. It's not just because it will look better, and obviously it will look better.
Yeah.
But you know, the additional content that the modding brings to it is just going to blow the consoles out of the water in 6 months' time. You know, when everyone is sort of used to it and everyone gets the hang of it, and then just people start, you know, look at GTA 4, the absolute mental stuff that people have done with that.
Somebody made that entire Spider-Man game.
Yeah.
It was literally web swinging, and it had like all the animations from like the Amazing Spider-Man games, and it was phenomenal for a fucking mod. Ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. And that game's like, you know, 8 years old.
Yeah. And so, especially with the Ice Enhancer mod. Looks phenomenal. Look
with a year or so on top of GTA 5, you know, I think plus people are just sort of, they're preferring to sort of get games to be modded rather than, you know, actually play it for what it is.
Yeah, definitely. I remember watching a trailer for a Deadpool game. There wasn't a Deadpool game, it was a completely modded version of Just Cause 2 with Deadpool instead of Rico. But it was fucking A's. And that's the kind of thing I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, definitely.
Moving on though, speaking of new games that aren't new, this weekend saw Microsoft sending out codes for the remastered version of Halo 3 ODST on Xbox One. I have it, Dan. I have it hard.
As if the Master Chief Collection just wasn't enough. Now we're going to ODST, yeah.
This was basically this wasn't something that was, they say it wasn't planned, but it probably was. This was something that they've made to say sorry for the shit up of a launch that was the Master Chief Collection, with all the bugs, all the online problems and issues that some people are still having to this day. And basically this is their way of saying, well, sorry, here's a free upgraded version of ODST, which is fair enough.
Well, free is certainly better than paying for something.
Well,
whether you actually like what you're getting for free is another matter entirely.
Well, obviously the people that are getting it are people that bought Halo, so they probably like Halo. It's funny you should say that though, Dan, because if you got the Master Chief Collection after the 19th of December, you don't qualify.
Oh.
However, the 343 Industries bit Bonnie Ross does go on to say that basically if you did miss out and you don't get it for free, you can buy it for $4.99. Excellent.
So they're still trying to get money off people though.
Yeah, basically, if you got it after when it was fixed, you don't get it.
What about if you got like a pre-owned copy?
Very unlikely you'll get it.
Hmm.
I got it, I don't care. And I've installed it, and I haven't played it.
Did you play the original?
Yeah, I'm actually playing through 4 at the minute.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, do you mean ODST?
Yeah.
Or Master Chief Collection? No, I actually didn't play ODST on 360.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think I actually know one person who played ODST, and they didn't like it.
I'm just glad it wasn't Reach.
Well, I think that Halo 5 is going to come out, they'll redo Reach, and then they'll release the, 343 edition, or, the Halo collection or something, and it will just be all of the remastered ones, all bundled back in, it'll be 50 quid again.
I'll be quite upset because even though I didn't like Reach, now I've got 1 to 4 and ODST, and I'll probably get 5. If they bring out Reach, I'll have to get Reach. Even though I've already got it on 360.
Did you complete it?
No, I didn't. I'm still about 20 minutes in.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I didn't like it.
Really?
Didn't feel Halo-y.
Well,
so I might give. Oh, I can't even give it another go because my 360 is broken.
You can give it to me and I'll have a go.
No. It can sit next to the Master Chief Collection.
Alright, fair enough.
I might just buy a Blu-ray box and make a cover for it.
That's pathetic.
No, but it's that if you didn't get a notification on your Xbox One, then you haven't got it. That's basically the gist of it.
So they basically made this game that they fully intended to give away to free to anyone who bought the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah.
But they're still going to charge people when they can by putting a time limit on when you can actually claim this thing. So they say, if you didn't actually buy the game pretty much at launch, then you're not worthy to get a free copy of some bullshit spin-off game. Yeah. So we're going to charge you a $5 for it.
And it hasn't got the multiplayer on it. It's literally just the campaign. Now, as DLC, this is pretty good. It's like 15 campaign levels, which is pretty decent for DLC. This is usually like a coat or something fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
But if Bob gets it for free, he bought it on the 19th, and John got it on the 20th, he doesn't qualify. That's a bit unfair.
Yeah.
Anybody who got it last year, regardless of the date, as long as it was before 2015, should have qualified.
Yeah, I think that would have been a more sort of a broader spectrum of people that would have been inconvenienced by their problems.
Yeah. So I couldn't play online, but the day I got it, I couldn't play online.
Well, that's the only reason everyone really buys Halo.
Well, to be fair, I've only played 3 times on it.
Yeah.
But no, I think that's quite unfair. But I've got it, so I don't give a shit. Moving on, Dan. That's it for the news.
Okay.
Do you know of a small company called Marvel?
I think they write books. They're like penguin books or something.
Yeah, like Puffin and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously, we are being ridiculous.
No, don't say that.
There has been a lot of fan concern in the recent months over rumours that Marvel is downplaying the X-Men and Fantastic Four comics so the company can place more emphasis on those franchises to which they own the movie rights, like the Avengers, Inhumans, Guardians of the Galaxy, etc. However, I believe this to be true, Dan.
Okay.
I'm going to hit you with some facts.
Go for it.
There is a distinct lack of X-Men and Fantastic Four representation in video games, toys, clothing, and other licensed products. I've noticed that. One of my biggest things, and this is probably where you're going to shout at me again, is there are no X-Men or Fantastic Four characters, or even Deadpool or anything like that, in Disney Infinity, which is arguably one of the biggest money-grabbing games ever.
True, and with the amount of X-Men.
Exactly. They could have sold figures for years.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I mean, you don't need to know every single X-Man, but there's still, even just the ones from the cartoons.
Yeah.
All you need to do is Beast, Storm, Wolverine, yeah. Then those are the main ones. Like, so if they've got fucking Nova and people on there, then I don't think Storm would have been too much of an issue.
No. Man, that's something they missed out on, really. As now there'll be no more because Infinity 3.0 is coming out and it's Star Wars. So
interesting.
There's no more. However, a Singapore-based collectible company called XM Studios have revealed they've been, quote, asked to put a hard stop to all X-Men characters indefinitely.
Wow, so they're just not going to make any more X-Men toys?
I'm not 100% sure. It goes on to say this forced the company to cancel several products in mid-development, including a statue of the cybernetic mutant soldier Cable and a massive diorama depicting all of the X-Men battling a Sentinel. XM also confirmed that the Fantastic Four are similarly off limits. Now, they make amazing statues.
Yeah.
We were looking at a Magneto one earlier on, and it's just one of the most beautiful so fucking pieces I've ever seen.
Made.
And I don't know who has said stop making them. I'm going to guess it's Disney.
Possibly, but I mean, isn't that just kind of throwing the dummy out the pram a little bit?
Well,
it's like, we haven't got the license anymore, so we're not going to make any more toys.
Yeah, that seems really fucking stupid, especially when you look at it and go, well, alright, they're not making any X-Men games or any Fantastic Four games. There's only been one Deadpool game. These are all properties that are owned by Fox. Now, Disney technically own all the characters, just not the movie rights. So I could understand them trying to maybe not get as many like movie licensed like t-shirts and toys and stuff made.
Yeah.
Because obviously, it's literally from 20th Century Fox, Marvel earns about 5% off their films, which isn't really a lot. That's literally according to the Wall Street Journal, so I don't know how accurate that is. But these particular characters are based off the comic books, which Disney still own.
True, but if you start making Spider-Man t-shirts and things like that, the only reason people are going to buy them is because of the Amazing Spider-Man. So if you put old traditional Peter Parker on there, people would only want a t-shirt or a jumper or a mouse mat or whatever that's got Andrew Garfield at the Amazing Spider-Man.
I disagree there.
If they did it was just
rather have a comic book version.
Well, that's the thing, that if they made it like comic covers or something, then you can kind of see the point, because then it'd be like, well, we couldn't possibly advertise more that this is Marvel, not Fox.
Yeah.
But any kind of merchandise, Happy Meal toys, all that sort of stuff, they're all just a huge cash-in for whatever's popular at the moment. So, whenever there's a new Disney film, obviously McDonald's do a Happy Meal toy for whatever the Disney characters are. But if they started doing Happy Meal toys with, characters from 10, 15 years ago, they're not going to be as relevant, which means that people aren't going to be as interested.
But then, I don't get why they wouldn't have certain characters in Disney Infinity. if
because
they
own them.
if they're literally,
that's it. It's because they own them.
But I get where people are coming from and saying that Fox own the X-Men and this and the other. Blah. I get that, but the Disney Infinity characters are all based, well, pretty much based off the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon, which is showed on Disney XD, and in that is Deadpool, there is Wolverine, so why not just base it off them? And how come the Lego games get away with it?
Well, I don't know, probably because they're just an independent party and they both know that they can make money off it. But maybe it's their likeness. You know, they can't actually use anything that uses this name or looks like this, wearing this outfit. You can't use that. You know, it depends on what was written into the contracts that they all signed.
Yeah, but if it's costume based, then they've got no problems because they don't even use any of the comic costumes.
But that's the thing, we don't know as to how detailed these specific legal issues go. You know, it may be Peter Parker from episode blah to episode blah. You can't use anything from this time. You can't refer to anything on this plane of dimension. Whatever it is, you know, there could be a million billion clauses to whatever legal documents they've all signed.
I guess.
So, unfortunately, it's going to mean less X-Men, less Fantastic Four for people who like them, unless Fox are planning to, you know, do their own range of toys or whatever, but which seems unlikely, but you never know. You've just got to sort of say, well, you know, they're their characters, really. They can sort of do whatever they want to with them, but ultimately, the only people that are really going to suffer from it are going to be us.
Exactly.
You know, the people who are going to buy this crap.
They're not making, like, they haven't got to spend money on merchandise and stuff because they own the stuff. We want the merchandise, and we should be able to get it. And I just can't fathom why. Maybe I don't really give a shit about Fantastic Four, but as a big Wolverine fan, I want to be able to buy figures. I want to be able to buy clothing and look forward to the latest issue. I can't because he's dead now. They've killed him.
There might be
he'll be back though, obviously.
Like independent, you know, sort of licenses and things that they can apply to, where they can use their character for a certain amount of time or for a certain run of, you know, a model or whatever it is.
Yeah, but are they going to be to the XM Studio standards?
Well, not many people are. But, you know, people are always selling old stuff, you know, so there's certainly no reason why you wouldn't be able to pick up some collectibles from, you know, 5-10 years ago.
I guess, but it just seems really bizarre that a company so focused on money is basically flushing it away by not using its most popular characters.
Maybe they're just trying to popularise the ones that they have got their hands on.
Ant-Man. Excellent.
Well, you watch the Ant-Man film and tell me if it's any better than the Wolverine. I can fucking pretty much bet you it will be.
Has it got Hugh Jackman in it?
What difference does that make?
Then it's not going to be better.
Well, no, because that's just complete blind bias.
I enjoyed the first half of the Wolverine.
No.
I did. The first half of the Wolverine was alright. Not amazing. But
no, none of it was any good.
If Origins didn't exist, then I probably wouldn't like it.
Yeah, that's its only comparison. It's just like, well, it's certainly better than the last one they did.
Yeah. It wasn't the worst film in the world.
No, but you know for a fact they're going to do some more.
It was better than Thor.
Yeah, but not better than Thor: The Dark World.
Yes, it was.
It wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't at all.
Yeah, it really was.
No, it wasn't though.
But it was.
No.
But hey, we could do this all night.
I fully intend to, if that's what it takes.
Right, my question is...
Okay.
Do you think Disney/Marvel are going to lock down on this extending past merchandise? Do you think it's going to bleed into the comics?
It's possible. I think that it's... While they haven't got control of their own characters, I suppose that they won't be particularly interested in them. Like, if you've got... You know, if you've... I don't know... If you invested in something, like in a business, say, you started up a business, and then someone, you know, performed a hostile takeover and bought that business out, and then that business started to go down the pan, say, would you really care? be like, well, you bought it off me. You know, I've got plenty of money now because of it, and you know, you're running it into the ground. You're not doing with it as what I would have done, which I think would have been better. So balls to you. You know, you just deal with it on your own. I'm going to focus on the things that I'm dealing with at the moment.
I guess, but I mean, Fox are doing a lot better than Sony with their comic franchises.
True, but then they're still not in the same range as the Marvel films. Like,
no, not really. But I still think they're different comic. Disregarding the Wolverine films, Days of Future Past was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, X-Men First Class was one of the best.
X-Men First Class was amazing.
Yeah.
But when you're going up against the likes of the Avengers and the Avengers Age of Ultron and Captain America 2, you're pretty much always going to come short.
True, but I think they bought the rights to Spider-Man before the Iron Man film came out, didn't they?
Yeah, this was well before Disney bought Marvel.
Yeah. So, I mean, when Iron Man came out and they decided that they were going to build up to the Avengers, I think that at that point they pretty much put the nail in everybody else's coffin, because they were just saying, you know, we are going to make, you know, a few movies every couple of years that will link up to one huge crossover movie, and people will go batshit crazy for it. And that's exactly what they've done, and they've done it so well. But the thing is that if they'd still written The Amazing Spider-Man and The Amazing Spider-Man 2 better than they did, and it was still a better film, it wouldn't have made any difference as to how many, you know, Marvel characters they want to put up against each other. If the film was better, it would still be better. But the fact is that it's not. They just haven't done the same with it. They haven't got the intrigue, they haven't got the comedy, they haven't got anything.
I think they tried to go, especially with the first Amazing Spider-Man, like that first trailer, all the vibe I got off that was Nolan.
Yeah,
they
basically
tried to make Batman Begins Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. And then the second one, they tried to make it cool, and it didn't work. And I like Andrew Garfield as Spider. I think he's the best part of the film, disregarding, obviously, my very lovely lady. But I think Andrew Garfield did make a good Spider-Man. But the problem is, what I honestly think is going to happen is Disney and Marvel are going to downplay the X-Men, Fantastic Four, Deadpool, basically anybody they don't own the movie rights to. They're going to go to people like XM Studios, get them and say, you can't make any more X-Men statues, you can't make any more Deadpool statues, blah blah. And they're going to do it over a course of so many years until Fox and Sony basically go, do you want to buy these characters back?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think they don't want to push them until they are offered back up to them on a silver platter.
Yeah.
They will pick them up for a fraction of whatever they bought them for in the first place, and then they are just going to raise them aloft. Yeah. And they are going to make an X-Man film that will be better than, like, The Winter Soldier, and they'll make a Spider-Man film that's better than Days of Future Past, and they'll be like, ha, that's how you do it, you fucks. Don't ever try and buy anything off us again.
Which I want them to do in a way, but
I do want them to, but I don't want them to take 10 years to figure it all out.
It's going to take too long, and I'd really love to see. Obviously, Hugh Jackman can't be Wolverine forever, but I really want to see Hugh Jackman in an amazing Wolverine / and or X-Men film.
I think when Marvel get him back, though, they'll probably, for lack of a better phrase, Wolverine him up.
Yeah.
So they'll make him look shorter, they'll give him way more hair, they'll just turn him into a little fucking grumpy pants.
He might have the suit.
And
Every
give him the
fucker
suit.
Else does.
Give him the suit. Stop pissing about and give him the suit.
That'd be all they need to do.
Yeah. Or just have the original X-Men lineup. You've got Patrick Stewart as Professor Xavier. Put him in a hover chair. That was great. You put Storm, give her the like flappy wing things on her outfit. Long white hair for sure. Don't make her Halle Berry, for God's sake.
No, somebody else.
Yeah. Famke Jensen, I guess.
I liked it.
Yeah, she was a pretty good Jean Grey, but I want to see her in like the full green outfit, maybe.
Yeah.
Cyclops, give him the yellow outfit, the yellow visor, then get, Beast in, Nightcrawler, and just put them back in their sort of original, what people imagine when they think Wolverine, or what they think when they think Storm. Because obviously Marvel have done one thing right, and that's get the look of their live actors right. Yeah, they've updated them slightly, but that's all they've done. They've just said, well, if we'd have drawn it now, this is what it would have looked like.
Can you imagine if Fox had had somebody like Vision? They would not have attempted to go as close to the comics as Disney did.
It would have been a floating head or something.
Yeah. Or just a voice.
Yeah, an AI, something like that. That's all it would have been. So yeah, I do think that they will purposefully try and sort of step on the Fantastic Four and X-Men, so they can distance themselves from it while focusing on their own incredibly successful products and all of the films they've got coming out, which obviously puts Fox and Sony to shame. But that's the thing though, because they've obviously got almost the next 10 years worth of films planned, and they know what it is, and they've already announced it to everyone. How many Amazing Spider-Man films would you have to make in order to even barely compete with the amount of movies they're going to be releasing over the next 10 years? You'd have to do one a year, which means they'd be awful.
Well, you could alternate Spider-Man, X-Men, Spider-Man, X-Men, Spider-Man, Wolverine, Spider-Man, etc.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, because well, no, but I just don't think that it would sort of work out. And plus, if they'd started doing it now, obviously they'd just be completely ripping the idea off. Yeah. If they'd have done that first, if they'd have had Fantastic Four, X-Men, and Spider-Man, and then started having, they did a Spider-Man film that set up the Fantastic Four film, and then the Fantastic Four film set up a crossover.
Isn't it? Sony Spider-Man, so that ain't gonna happen.
Well, at the time it would have been, yeah.
So I'd rather them just turn around and go, right, we're going to do X-Men Apocalypse because we've already started it, and then we're going to sell.
Well, hopefully
as soon as possible.
If they can time it right, maybe if they try and sell Apocalypse, they can have Apocalypse tie into like Infinity Wars, something like that.
Oh, that's a lot of fucking stuff for 2 hours.
No. What I mean is that the end teaser, say for Apocalypse, would be like, I don't know, Apocalypse and Thanos or something like that, and you're just like, whoa. So what they're going to be coming across, and then all the X-Men would have to team up with the Avengers, the new Avengers, to take on Galactus properly, or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be ace. Very fucking unlikely.
Incredibly, yeah, and it obviously never going to happen. Certainly not in our lifetimes.
No, but that's the one thing, we're going to miss it all. We'll be dead.
I think that by the time we're sort of about to die, everyone would have forgotten who the fuck Marvel is.
That's true. I hope not, though.
I think this is definitely a phase thing. It's going to last for sort of 15, 20 years maybe, and then they've done all the main characters, and then people just won't be interested because they won't have anything new to give them.
I guess.
You'd have had
reboot.
Well, yeah, then they'll sell the rights to somebody else who'll reboot it awfully, and then, the whole circle begins again.
Exactly. That is it, though, Dan.
Okay.
Before we go, though, we'd like to bring your attention to Pound Sound, which is a website run by a friend of ours. And Pound Sound basically aims to provide high-quality, royalty-free audio for under £2. So if you're creating a little something and need some genuinely good music, head over to poundsound.co.uk. Tell them PvP sent you. They'll look after you.
Yeah, hopefully they're going to be providing us with some new, like a podcast intro or something like that.
Hopefully.
Something cool, something fitting.
They've got a lot of stuff on the website, though, so go and check them out. It is honestly genuinely good music, and it's cheap as fuck. So any YouTubers out there need music for your videos, there you go. Absolutely.
Whilst we're, sort of plugging other people, what I thought I'd do is I'd give a bit of a mention to some of the new devs that are out there. Sort of 1-2 man bands that are building their own games from the ground up. We've already contacted a couple that we've seen on Steam who are on Greenlight at the moment, to see if they want us to have a look at the game, maybe do some writing on it, or do a video or two. But if you are looking into making your own game, whether it's a mobile app... No, not you. Shut up. Don't interrupt me. whether you're looking to make a mobile app or a PC game or anything like that, if you put something onto an old Atari cartridge or whatever it is, then let us know if you would like us to have a look at it. We can be constructive, and we will certainly give you criticism if needs be.
But don't be scared.
No. It's only if it's required. If it's just a good game, then we'll plug it as a good game. If there's bugs, if there's problems, we can sort of accept those for the levels that it may be. But if it's just shit, that's pretty much what we're going to tell you.
Yeah. So make sure it's not.
Yeah. So you're more than welcome to send us any links if you've got any videos or screenshots, pictures, anything like that you'd like us to give you our opinion on. Then please feel free to. Callum, how would they do that?
You can head over to the website, which is www.podcastversusplayer.com or .co.uk. There is a developers section on the sidebar. If you click that, it will then take you to a new page where you fill in all your details, send us whatever you want to send us, and then we'll get back in touch with you. There is an article already up for a game. I forgot what it's called already, Dan. Solar Crusaders.
Solar Crusaders.
The developers contacted us, asked us to have a look at the game. Dan had a look at it, did the article, was up there. And that's basically what gave us the idea to do this. So basically, as Dan said, any developers of any type of game, whether it's first-person shooter, strategy, puzzle, platform, MMOs, whatever it is you're making, just let us know. And we'll take it to bed, we'll have our way with it, and then we'll send it back feeling dirty and used.
Absolutely. Sexual metaphors aside, that's pretty much exactly what we'll do with it. We'll give it a good blasting, a good finger blasting, and then we will see what issues we find, and we will always let you know.
And you can send it back for more.
If you want to.
You don't have to use the website. If you'd rather tweet us, you can, which is, Dan?
It's at podcastvplayer.
There you go. You can also email us, which is playervpodcast@gmail.com. Or, again, just use the website, and that's got everything else on there.
Absolutely.
I think that's pretty much about it for this week.
I think we've not done well, but we've certainly done something.
We have provided a service of sorts.
Absolutely.
It's up to you whether you enjoyed our service.
Yes. What else have we got coming up then? Finger blasting, yeah.
We have got a special guest star PvP video of Cards Against Originality with our friend Chris. That will be up imminently. We've also just done our PvP DC TV show lowdown, which is up on the YouTube channel right now. And that's a lowdown of all three of the biggest DC TV shows that are finished. Which is Flash, Gotham.
The only DC TV. Yeah. The only.
Constantine's dead. Supergirl hasn't started.
Well, we've already done a special for Supergirl, which is pretty popular at the moment, actually. So if you're quite interested in what Supergirl is going to be about, then you can always check that out as well on the old YouTube.
That is on there. As for what's coming up, I'm going to pull out some old guns, I want to say. I don't think that's a real phrase.
No.
I'm going to roll with it. I am thinking, Dan, APB.
Bloody hell, bit of APB. I updated that the other week as well.
As did I, which is why I came up with it.
Well, I went back onto DayZ as well the other day. I haven't been on DayZ for a while, mainly for Space Engineers, because I've been pissing about on that still, which is just getting me nowhere. Obviously, I bought Elite Dangerous, which is fucking brilliant. Just completed Mordor, disappointed. But yeah, I was updating all the old MMOs. So we've got DC, Defiance, APB, Star Trek Online, Star Wars Online, all the onlines. And yeah, when I saw APB, I was just like, fuck me, it's been like literally a year since we've actually played this and done a video on it, like PvP Response Squad. So we may have to get back on that. I
think the world is ready for some PvP response.
The world's never.
We're not.
It's never ready for it. No.
An old favourite, quite a popular favourite, and one that I have been badgered about. So we are going to do it over the next couple of weeks at some point. Is Elmo Explores the Internet.
Hooray!
So we'll definitely be doing another one of those. There's a new Is It a Person or Is It a Peanut? And obviously next week there'll be another new podcast.
Hooray!
Excellent shit.
all sorted. Any final thoughts?
I'm gonna have some Viennetta.
Oh, brilliant. Mint?
No, just original. Vanilla.
Original. Good call.
I love it. Yourself?
I've got some Nutella. I intend to get a spoon and eat out
Cover
the jar.
yourself.
Oh, well, maybe.
Cover yourself in it.
Depends on where the night takes me, to be honest. I haven't had a shower yet, so why not?
On that note, bye!
Oh, yes.